Sunday, March 31st, 2019. In the Crenshaw district of South Los Angeles, the afternoon is moving the way it always does out there. Slow, warm, unhurried. The kind of Sunday where nothing feels out of the ordinary. Outside a clothing store on Slauson Avenue, a man is standing in the parking lot. His parking lot, his store, a business he built from the ground up in the same neighborhood where he grew up, on the same streets that raised him. He's talking to people from the community, laughing, just being present, doing what he always did, showing up for his people. His name is Ermias Joseph Asghedom. The world knew him as Nipsey Hussle. And in just a few minutes, this ordinary Sunday afternoon will become the day Los Angeles lost at heart. Nipsey Hussle was shot multiple times in that parking lot. He was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. He didn't make it. 33 years old, a Grammy-nominated rapper, a community leader, a business owner, a father, a man who had climbed out of one of the hardest neighborhoods in America, only to be taken down at the very place he loved most. The city wept. The world went quiet. But to understand how he got here, we have to rewind the story. Part 1. The streets to the studio, Los Angeles, to the rest of the world. It's a city of dreams, of Hollywood, of beaches and billion-dollar deals and movie stars. But there's another Los Angeles, one that doesn't make it onto the postcards, one that exists beneath the glitter, in the flatlands south of the freeway, where the streets have names that carry real weight. The Crenshaw District. This is where Ermias Asghedom was born on August 15, 1985. And this is where his story begins. His father, Dawit Asghedom, was an Eritrean immigrant who came to America with discipline, pride, and a deep sense of identity. His mother, Angelique Smith, was African American. Together, they raised Ermias and his siblings in a neighborhood where you grew up fast, where struggle was a baseline, and where everything above that had to be fought for. From early on, people around Ermias could tell something was different about him. He was curious. He was sharp. He asked questions most kids weren't asking. While other boys were just trying to get through the day, Ermias was already thinking about the bigger picture. But Crenshaw in the 90s didn't wait for you to figure yourself out. The streets had their own timeline. The streets. By the time Ermias was around 14 years old, he had joined the Rollin 60s neighborhood Crips. For many young men growing up in that environment, it wasn't really a choice the way outsiders imagine it. Gang life was the structure the neighborhood provided. It meant belonging. It meant protection. It meant family, in a place where those things weren't always guaranteed through other means. But even inside that world, Nipsey was different. He read. He studied. He was drawn to books on entrepreneurship, on black history, on economics and power. He had a mind that didn't just accept things as they were. It broke them down and asked why. The streets taught him things too. Things you can't learn in a classroom. He learned how loyalty worked. He learned how power worked. He learned what it looked like when people had nothing and what it looked like when they decided to take control of something. He absorbed all of it, and slowly, quietly, he began to think about what it would look like to take those lessons and flip them into something that built, instead of destroyed. The rapper. In his late teens, Nipsey Hussle found hip-hop. Or maybe hip-hop found him. Either way, it fit. His rapping style was unlike what was getting attention on the radio. No flash, no performance. Just a calm, deliberate delivery that felt like a man speaking directly from lived experience. Every bar was a dispatch from a world most people only heard about in news coverage. He started releasing mixtapes under the name Nipsey Hussle, a nod to comedian Nipsey Russell, reshaped through his own identity and street credibility. And while the mainstream wasn't paying attention yet, the people who mattered were his block, his neighborhood, his city. Word spread the old-fashioned way, through trust, through word of mouth, through showing up and being consistent. But as Nipsey dug deeper into music, he started to see something that most young artists miss entirely. The music industry as it existed was designed to take from artists. Labels took ownership of masters. Labels took the majority of profits. They controlled your image, your releases, your career. You could have millions of fans and still be broke because you didn't own the thing you created. Nipsey had watched what happened when people let others control what was theirs. He wasn't going to let that happen. As he once said, the marathon continues. Not a slogan, a philosophy. Life is a marathon. Success is built through patience and consistency, not shortcuts. You keep going. You keep building. No matter what. The independent hustle. So Nipsey did something most people in his position wouldn't dare to do. He went independent. No major label. No corporate backing. Just him, his team, and direct access to his audience. He sold his mixtape straight to the people. On the street, out his hands, face to face. He learned supply and demand by living it. He learned branding and pricing and relationship building not from a business school, but from the corners of Crenshaw. He sold outruns. He sold the same tape at different price points. He was studying the psychology of value and scarcity in real time and filing away every lesson. And he was building something more than a fan base. He was building a community of people who didn't just love the music. They believed in what it stood for. By his mid-20s, Nipsey Hussle was known and respected in Los Angeles. He hadn't broken through to the mainstream yet. The Grammys hadn't come. The covers of magazines hadn't come. But the vision was crystal clear. He knew what he was building. He knew where it was going. And the rest of the world, whether they knew it yet or not, was about to find out.